This was supposed to be the year of leveling up my pig harvest with my new hitch hoist and my new stainless steel scalding tank. But, as often is the case with harvest, things did not go as planned. The morning began with me setting up my tank on my new jet burners, filling it with water, and lighting the burners to warm the water just as my guests for harvest were arriving. Right after my first guest arrived, one of the propane hoses caught on fire despite the heat shield being in place. Happily, I noticed it very quickly and there were no explosions. The other good news was I put the tank on 3 burners with my old one I wasn't planning on using set in the middle just to help support the tank. That old burner still works, though not as well as it used to, so I lit that one and had 2 burners going again.
It is the morning of pig harvest. We have a group of people here come out to learn.
Hi, my name is Carrie. We have 20 acres here in North Idaho. We're not ready to build yet. We'll start building next spring, but we've joined Dan today for his pig harvest to learn what we can.
I am Carrie's better half. My name's Jim.
We're gonna start with pigs and chickens, but we hope to work our way up to dairy cows.
And you're Heather. And remember your name, sir? Matt.
Within minutes, the propane hose on the other new burner caught on fire while I was inside getting supplies. One of my guests, Carrie, saw it and shut the tank off immediately.
We had a couple issues this morning. We have the burners under the tank for the scalding tank. Two of the hoses caught on fire. So we're using my old burner, but only having one burner, it's not getting the temperature in time. So we're gonna do the kill, see where it's at with temperature, and we may have to skin instead of scald today, which is really disappointing.
I made the decision to continue getting ready for harvest by setting up the hitch hoist, the new addition I'm using this year instead of borrowing a tractor. Then I ran into the next issue. The hook on the rope was too small to latch onto my gambrel. I had to use one of my Butcher S-hooks, which worked fine but added about 6 to 8 inches of length to the system, which created another issue that you will soon see.
I have eye and ear protection because I'll be close, but you guys may just want to stand off. So.
The pigs did not get any feed the day before harvest. I put about a half a gallon of milk in their feed pan so they would be occupied with drinking the milk while I line up the shot with the 410 shotgun. The only time a pig's head is perfectly still is when they are drinking, so this is the ideal time to shoot the 410 slug into the pig's head, killing it instantly. Though the kill took place flawlessly, removing the pig from the corral was challenging. It had rained for an entire week prior to harvest day. Since I didn't have a deep litter system going for the pigs this year, their corral was an absolute quagmire, which added to the difficulty of the day. Once we got the pig out of the corral, I hosed off the mud from the hooves and the legs and started the hanging process.
But pigs have this amazing tendon. It's like a bungee cord, but a lot stronger, that goes right through here. And one tendon can hang the entire way to the hog. We're gonna use 2. You have more control that way, so it's not just dangling, but it's very strong. So this is where you'll do that. So it's whichever place you're starting, it's better to come around on the front side of it, so you're cutting away from you. But basically, here are our dew claws here, and it's right between. You can actually push down right here and feel like a rope or a cable, like a cylindrical object there. And we're gonna just open it up on either side. If we mess it up and slice through it, like I said, it's okay. Well, we can hang it only from the other side, but ideally we get both sides. The reason why I'm doing it this way is because I want the knife to be going that way away from me. I don't want to be cutting into me for obvious reasons. Okay, you see, like my fingers through the other side of it now? So we can slide that hook from the gambrel under there. A little bit grease in here. Shoot, well that's it. It's because of this S-hook.
The pig became fully extended once I cranked it up with the hand winch. The hoist was not tall enough to get the pig completely off the ground. We used a wheelbarrow to keep from dragging the head on the ground while I drove the truck back to the scalding tank.
So now we get to find out whether we're scalding or scraping today. We test the water temperature. It's been burning for a while, so if it's not there now, it's not getting there. We got close. We're at 143.
Stir it around.
It's we use this temperature, when we drop it in there, it's going to go in the 130s, and it's just a warm bath. I mean, a really warm bath, but it's not enough to scald. We could spend another 30 minutes in it. I don't know. Like, I think the call is the skin. So sadly, we went with the decision to skin because we couldn't get the water temperature hot enough with just the one burner, and it was my bad burner. And so I'm gonna start. Basically, they call this circumcising, when you cut around something like a circle.
With the first pig skinned, eviscerated, halved, and hung, it was time to do the next pig. She was not very interested in the milk. To complicate matters, my boots were sticking in the mud like it was drying concrete. I was patient and took my time though to make sure everything was done correctly. Eventually, I got the shot and she went down without incident. Just got everything cleaned up, and this is for sure, like, I don't know if you can see all this, but it is the dirtiest I've ever been after harvest, covered in pig fat. And why? Because we had to skin and not scrape, so it was just pig fat exposed instead of have a nice clean skin to work with. A couple days later, Dan's partner came over to help with butchery.
Someone's very interested in that pork.
Come here, Willow. Have some meat.
I did the butchery while she did the wrapping. She also helped with cutting some of the meat for the grind. Though I was quite disappointed that I didn't get to use my new tank for scalding the pigs, the harvest was still a success and I put a lot of pork in the freezer.